The Lachmann Shroud is the newest gun here in Call of Duty multiplayer and Warzone. I'm going to be showing you in this video the absolute best attachments that you need to use with this weapon. If not, you're going to continue dying like an absolute idiot. Run the clips. Now that the video has begun, I just want to start by saying thank you for choosing to watch this video over every other video on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. Drop a like, drop a comment and ask me what weapon you would like to see next. Now, before I show you these attachments, I'm going to show you some gameplay. But even before that, I'm going to hop in and show you some clips of me performing good with this weapon and me performing bad with this weapon and providing some information to maybe help improve your gameplay, because after all, this is an information video. It's meant to help you get better, it's meant to help me get better. So let's get straight into it, and after that I'll be showing you the attachments as promised. Before we get into the actual gameplay, where I'm just going to send you loads of clips with some nice music in the background, I'm going to give you 3 tips as I always do with my videos. First tip for the Lachmann Shroud is to always take advantage of drop shot, and I'll show you a quick clip right now in the background where I go around the corner. I need to drop shot and I had a right hand peek. I got my editor to do some fancy things with the screen to explain it better, and then I kind of went around to hold an angle, and when I held this angle it allowed me just to hear my opponents. I took a second to breathe, but I was in a drop shot position, because if the enemy runs around the corner he's going to be looking head height, which means he's going to have to adjust to hit me, whereas if I won't have to adjust to hit him, which means I'll get the first shots off. It's a pretty simple analogy, but it's just all about taking your time. You don't always have to drop shot right at your opponent's feet. You can be lying prone around the corner waiting for them to come in. As you can see, I was impatient in my clip and I ran around the corner thinking I could challenge him when he was actually going to come to me anyway, and I ended up taking damage that I didn't need to take. So the second tip kind of elaborates on the first tip, and it's all about patience. This is a clip of basically me failing miserably to get a kill because I decided to chase him instead of waiting. I get the first kill right there. I go in, I hold this angle on the door, I go around. I do get the kill because I knew he was coming, but I look on the minimap and I see this guy down here and I start chasing him, and then he's going back into the building where I originally was, and obviously I didn't hear that they had a UAV too, or that he probably heard my footsteps, and he was lying prone like I said in the previous tip where I wouldn't be able to see him or expect him. So he kind of did a reverse of the first trick on me, but my mistake was not being patient and sitting up in that window and waiting for him. I went all the way around and followed him and died like a complete idiot. So the third tip is all about playing angles, and I don't just mean like having right hand peek or waiting at a doorway with patience. It's a bit more like reading the map. So when you have a UAV, it's actually to your advantage in much more of a way than just the red dots. Go for the red dots, get the kills. You can see right now I'm looking at where they're spawning so I can get behind them. This guy's running away and he went left. There's also people to my right. I know this, so I do a little, not a drop shot but a crouch shot, and I'm kind of flanked behind the whole team. I see this guy again, I get the kill, and then I'm behind them all. When you're behind your opponent, it's a lot easier to get the kill because they're not obviously shooting back at you, and then by the time they do realize, like after you get 1 or 2 kills and the whole team realizes where you are, you're still behind them, so you still have the advantage, and then you can obviously rotate and play a different angle if they're spawning somewhere else. So it's all about knowing the spawns and using the red dots and the way they're moving to go behind them and not just go to them. Hopefully the way me and my video editor broke down those 3 clips helps you improve with the Lachmann Shroud and just your confidence overall when in gunfights. Now, I'm going to leave you with some intense music, some nice clips of me using the Lachmann Shroud. I'm going to put this relaxing music away for another video, and hopefully you enjoy it, and I will see you again in about 3 or 4 minutes at the very end, where I'll be breaking down this weapon, showing you all the attachments and all the weapon tuning, which is the most important part of this whole video.
spotted that one. Kill confirmed.
So thank you for making it this far into the video. I am going to unblur the screen right now and we're going to start talking about all of these attachments on the Lachmann Shroud. As you can see, mobility and handling are deeply in the red, but I'm telling you, do not worry about this. You've seen from that gameplay that I just put on that the gun is actually a menace and it's not slow at all. It's just that the gun has a very fast aim down sight speed. So I took advantage of losing some of that speed to gain a lot more range and accuracy and obviously damage by using these ammo types. So that 9mm sub FR, I'm gonna go into that in a minute. Moving on, we've got the 170mm grapple 6 barrel. I'm gonna show you the tuning on this now. The recoil steadiness is all the way up, aim down sight speed all the way up, so that gets us a bit of speed and it gets us a bit of recoil control. When you rock this barrel, obviously it has a built-in suppressor. You can see there it has a suppressor. That's why we're not running an underbarrel or a suppressor. It doesn't give us the option for that because this barrel has that included. The 9mm sub F4 ammunition, the reason why we're using this is because this is frangible rounds, shatter on impact, which temporarily delays healing and hides enemy death markers. So trust me, they're just overpowered. They're off the map completely. When you kill someone, the team doesn't know about it. So it's really good if you're going sweaty. The tuning on these, full bullet velocity and towards recoil smoothness. I didn't go for damage range because I do want this gun to be controllable because it is a burst gun. So you don't want to have it the recoil so bad that your burst actually recoils everywhere and you can only hit one shot out of the burst. I went with the 40 round mag. It's not needed, but if you're trying to flank your opponents and get a big long feed, it's definitely worth running. You don't have to ever think about reloading with this gun. There's no tuning on that. The LM Cronus grip is a rear grip. I'll show you the tuning on that right now. I have not tuned this at all, and the reason why I have not tuned this at all is because if I go towards recoil steadiness, I'm going to lose speed, which I don't really want to do at this point in the video because mobility on this attachment is slightly in the red, but accuracy is pretty high. And then sprint to fire speed and aiming idle stability. I haven't done anything with aiming idle stability. If you've noticed, I haven't moved any sliders towards it or away from it. I kind of just want it to be balanced. You can see the accuracy goes up. I can start tweaking this if I did want to, but again, the pros with this is flinch resistance. So if I go towards recoil steadiness, I'm losing speed as well, and I'm losing aim walk movement speed. So I was just kind of leaving that where it's at. Moving on to the mirror recoil L56 factory stock, going into tuning again, all towards aim idle stability and then towards aim down sight speed. So we're getting a bit more of that speed back and towards the aiming idle stability, so that way we have a bit more control. You can see the stock does add recoil control and sprint speed. So this gun, you're a lot faster moving with this gun than you would think because a lot of the attachments add speed to it. If you did want the gun to be a lot less slower, I'd say remove the magazine, the 40 round mag, and maybe consider putting on a laser. And I definitely think this gun does not need an optic. So I think you're just chilling with this weapon right now. This is one of the best classes that I've put together for this new Lachmann Shroud. Unfortunately, we've came to the end of the video. I hope you are satisfied with the attachments and the way that Lachmann Shroud will perform. On screen right now, you can see another class setup for the MP7 build that I have put together. This gun is a bit slow, but it's got really good recoil control. You have no flinch when you're getting shot at, and it's just one of the best classes I think I've made, other than the fact it's slightly slow. If you don't have a problem with that, click that video. If not, definitely subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for your time.